Hi everyone and welcome to Tainan, Taiwan. This is Taiwan's oldest city and it's supposed to have a lot of cool historic buildings and a really great food scene, so we're super excited for that. To get here we came from Zhaoliuqiu Island, if that's how you say it right, yes. So basically we just had to go to Kaohsiung and it's a 30-minute train from Kaohsiung or a 3.5-hour train from Taipei. So pretty easy to get to. It's pretty small, so we're only spending a day here and we're gonna cram in as much as we can. So let's go. So to start our Tainan adventure, we went down to the Anping neighborhood, which a lot of you guys recommended we check out. Super easy to get here, about a half-hour bus ride from the center of the city. And it's supposed to have just like a really chilled, laid-back vibe. It's one of the oldest parts of town, so it has a lot of historic buildings. And we're stoked to check it out.
Yeah, you could easily spend a whole day here if you're a history buff. There's tons of old stuff. I think where we're standing was actually the old British consulate, but we're only gonna have time for a few things. So we're gonna start with the Anping Treehouse.
Yep, which is right over here.
Yeah, let's go. 谢谢.
谢谢.
Ah, bummer.
What?
Looks like part of it's under construction.
That is a bummer.
But at least your 70 NTD's going to restoration.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So also here at the treehouse is a little museum that's an old merchant house, transformed. It's got some cool exhibits in it. Worth a quick check, if not only for the AC.
Yeah, it's very warm out today. Ready to see if I can do calligraphy?
Yeah.
I'm so scared I'm gonna mess up now. The camera, but there's extra pressure.
Hey, that's pretty good.
You know, I give you guys props. This is a lot harder than it looks. I think we need to go see the treehouse. So this, right back here, is one of the biggest sites here. This is a merchant house. I believe it's from the Dutch that was abandoned and then overgrown with this banyan tree, which is massive. Is it all one banyan tree?
I think so, yeah.
Wow, that's the biggest banyan tree I've ever seen, if that's the case, well, for sure.
Helps if it's got scaffolding, right?
True.
You know, it kind of reminds me of that thing in the basement in Stranger Things. It's like growing all over the walls and everything.
Is that Vecna? Is that?
Or
like
Vecna's
just like the
bad guy.
But I thought he had like vines that grew like everywhere that could like sense everything.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen Stranger Things.
It just...
It does though, yeah. That was pretty cool. It was a very like relaxing spot to come and hang out. But we don't have a ton of time, so we gotta head on over to the next spot. Shishé.
Cool. So we made it to Fort Zeelandia, also known as Anping Fort. I guess there's been lots of layers of history that have gone on here. It was first a Dutch fort. That's why it's called Fort Zeelandia. All that's left of that period are some brick walls over there.
Yeah, right over here.
I guess they lost it to the Chinese, who then built it up, called it Fort Anping, and that's sort of what you see over there.
Okay,
and
so
then,
that newer building over there.
Yeah, eventually the Taijiang harbor, which made this whole area important, got silted in and made it unsuitable for ships.
Okay.
And then the emperor turned it into sort of like a castle area that was kind of, you know, for government offices, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then the Japanese rebuilt it as Anping Fort.
Okay.
For like basically tourist reasons.
Okay, so there's been a lot of history here.
Yeah. It's actually really weird. This placard says they laid these bricks using sugar syrup and oyster shell lime.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is a little weird. This is really cool. There's a great lookout over the city. There's all these beautiful flowers. The ruins are pretty. There's tons of placards if you want to read about the history. And there's a museum that we're gonna check out really quick before we head on to the next spot. What? I didn't know you could go up it.
Well,
Now I do.
God.
More stairs.
All right, now we're gonna go explore the Anping Old Street, which is conveniently right outside.
Yeah, it's like this section right out here.
It's like a night market, but not at night.
Yeah, during the daytime. Okay, this is Anping Old Street. It's like a really popular shopping street. I don't know if there's any special history behind it or anything. A lot of stuff here has been really affordable, which is cool. And it's very crowded today. It seems like there are field trips going on, like lots of field trips. Do you want to try a snack or anything?
Yeah.
We can try. I mean, the lines are so long with all the kids, but we'll see. Just kidding about the food. That whole section is a shopping street, and the area with the food was completely filled with school kids, so maybe in the next spot, which we're gonna go to right now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I don't know how to pronounce the name of it, but
I think you'll be forgiven. So we just looked it up. This place is called Lugia Shantu Noodle. I think I'm saying that right. And they specialize in noodles, which they make themselves. So these are all hand-pulled in-house, as I understand it anyways. And we got a noodle soup. I believe this was a dry noodle. And wontons. And I'm so excited to try this. I have heard many amazing things about Tainan's food scene. Nice chewy noodles. Those chives go great. The animal fat from like the frying of the shallots coated the noodles. They're probably terrible for you, but they're really tasty. These are what I'm most excited about.
that was the
Wontons.
restaurant hostess.
Oh, I didn't see her.
She was just saying goodbye.
Aww. Bye. It's delicious, but I don't know what it is. Maybe pork? It doesn't taste porky though. It's just very like meaty. I don't know how to describe it otherwise.
That's nice. Same thing. It's like fried shallots on top. Come through really strongly in this.
There's a lot of like fattiness in this dish, or all these dishes really.
The texture of the noodles, because they're fresh made, is fantastic. They're so springy and delicious. I really like this. You know,
Which is your favorite?
probably that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like the wontons.
You can have the wontons. I'll have the dry noodle.
Save me a couple bites of the dry noodle though. Gotta mix it up, right?
Yeah, but
Let's eat.
let's see.
So just around the corner from the noodle place is Shennong Street, and this is just kind of like a funky, touristy, artsy part of town, also a top spot here. So we're gonna show you guys. It's really cool. There's already all these fun lanterns overhead. This street is so cool. I love all of the lanterns. There's so many different designs and they have little characters on them. And then the street itself has tons of plants, so it's spilling over with like pink bougainvilleas and all sorts of greenery. It's really fun. Lots of shops, lots of historical buildings. I think this is like the most aesthetically pleasing street we've been on in Taiwan.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, other, like for like city artsy scene. Anyways. Look at these cactuses. Cacti. Cacti.
Guy.
Yeah, I think we're pushing that one.
Everybody knows what I mean.
This street is super cool. It's not too long, but I think you could spend like an hour if you really wanted to like poke around all the shops because they have so many. This is a great place if you want to get a souvenir, and there's just so many like cool photo spots if you're into that. And at the very end, there's a beautiful Chinese temple with this huge banyan tree growing out of it. They built the building around this huge tree. Which is really nice to see that they incorporated it instead of just cut the tree down.
Right.
So definitely a worthwhile stop, but we don't have a ton of time today, so we want to go see the next thing.
Yeah, admittedly, it's very different than
Tainan?
Tainan, yeah.
Yeah, it
Tainan
is.
is very different than what we've seen so far.
Definitely. It's more like a...
Traditional.
Yeah, it's like a really laid-back vibe for sure.
So Tainan has cool cafe culture, including this place. It looks like it could be in France or really anywhere in Europe.
Yeah, it really does.
Can I get one of these cakes, please?
Wow, it's so bougie.
I know. This place is called Donuts. It's like donut, but ES. But we got ourselves a cake and then tea. And it was only $143 for both of these, which is expensive for Taiwan, but most of it was in the cost of this pastry. That's really nice. That reminds me of the tea we got when we went to Wenshan and went up and got, fancy tea in the mountains. It's
Yeah,
very
that's
floral
nice.
and light.
If you guys want to see that, I'll put a link to it. I don't know which side it's going to pop up on, one of these sides.
But man, Taiwan has really good tea.
Yeah.
This is the allllll tea, which is like a local tea they do here. So it's a white chocolate mango ganache on vanilla cake. Oh
Actually,
my god. Yeah, it's so good.
you don't normally like mango, so...
No, I don't. But you'll have to try it. It's like insanely delicious. It's so tart and dense.
Oh yeah, there was a lemon in there too.
Oh my god. It's so tart and aromatic, delicious.
That's a nice tea. I'm very excited to try this after seeing Alan's reaction. Oh, it's really good. I like this a lot. I wish the mango came through a little more strongly. I feel like it kind of gets lost to the lemon, but it's good.
This is the Tainan Grand Mazu Temple, which is free, so I'm super excited to see it.
Yeah, everything's
else-
been kind of, it's not expensive, but it adds up when you go to see a lot of stuff.
It does add up when you go to see a lot of stuff. But this one is from the 17th century Taoist temple to a water deity. It's supposed to be very ornate. Let's go check it out.
This garden's really cool. A lot of these temples don't have a little courtyard like this. Just not that I know of. That was a really beautiful temple. I loved all the art on the walls. That was just stunning, and they had some really cool statues, and the courtyard was cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And pro tip when you're traveling in Taiwan, if you ever need to find a bathroom or water,
Yeah.
they always have bathrooms and water fountains.
Almost always, yeah. Pretty reliably. It's really nice. What are we gonna do now?
Behind me is Fort Chikan, or Chikan, I don't know, C-H-I-K-N. Don't know how to pronounce it, unfortunately, but it's a Dutch fort from the 17th century. And that's really all I know about it. You can get a great view of it from the outside and save the 70 NT per person fee, which is what we're gonna do.
And I'm honestly not feeling super well right now.
It's been a long day. It also closes very soon, in 10 minutes.
So we were super impressed with the international food scene here in Tainan, and we decided that we wanted to try more of it. And Taiwan is supposed to have really good Japanese food because it was part of Japan for 50 years. So we decided to come to a Japanese curry restaurant for that reason, and because I'm not feeling super great right now, if you couldn't tell, I'm a little fuzzy-headed and stuff. So we just wanted some comfort food, and there's nothing more comforting than Japanese curry.
Yeah.
But this actually looks really good, and I wasn't sure what it looked like there was a spice or something sprinkled on it when I was looking at the photo, but it's cheese that they burned on top.
Yeah, they blowtorched it.
Blowtorched it, yeah, thank you. But yeah, I ordered the cheese and veggie curry, and I wasn't expecting it to come with a soup either. That's like a dashi broth. If you don't know what dashi is, that's like a fish-based broth, and it's really good.
Shishi.
And it even brought us fruit.
So, how is it?
Super good.
Yeah?
Like as good as any Japanese curry from like a curry shop. And I love their broth. If we were here multiple days, I'd definitely come back and try their udon too.
So, I'm always a sucker for pork katsu curry. It's just a deep fried pork chop, breaded. But something about it goes so well with Japanese curry. That's one of my favorite dishes. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's panko breaded,
Ooh.
Japanese style.
I think it's pronounced panko, isn't it?
Panko,
I
whatever.
don't know.
Japanese breadcrumb style, deep fried. And then the pork itself is very good. It's an actual pork chop. It's not like a frozen cutlet or something. This is like really nice quality, actually.
You ready to get down on this feast?
Yeah, no, this is so good. This is way better than cocoa curry. I'm sure there's a Japanese person
No,
out
I
there.
love cocoa curry. They're good in different ways. Cocoa curry is my comfort food.
This is
Stuck
what
with
cocoa
that.
curry should be. It's like